Hey everybody, Still Guts in Tennessee here. Glad y'all are back. It's one of my quick tip videos. Talk about strongholds, skirmishes. We'll give a few tips here. Some things, some people may be new to strongholds, and they are different from randoms. A lot of the tips I'm going to give you apply to randoms as well, but in particular, this is strongholds. So the first two tips are here in this one clip. Group up before you rush in to attack somebody, especially the last guy, but it could happen at any point. You get strung out, especially at the end of the battle. So everybody kind of held up here. Wait for everybody to get around here so we can all kind of go in together, try to finish this guy off. So the second part of the tip here is your HP. So the whole team's HP is a pool. So we sent the Type 64 in first. He had the most HP to take some hits from this heavy tank, get his attention. Since he did, all of our other guys can sweep in, finish him off, all the guns firing at once. So that's my first two tips. Remember, the HP is a pool, so use it accordingly. People got to come in and take one for the team. Let him get distracted. Maybe he can get focused on one guy, and the rest of y'all can come on around. 3 or 4 people shooting him at the same time. You're gonna kill him pretty quick. So it's my first two tips. So here's my next one. And I guess I wanted to say I'm part of the Baboons clan now. I'm a big fan of Skill for LTU, if y'all already knew that. He has a NA clan, Baboons, and some EU clans, and I'm playing on the EU server. If you keep up with my videos, I'm in Skill 5, one of his clans there too. So I left the War Eagles, not because I didn't like them. I like everybody there. We just weren't skirmishing enough, and I love skirmishing. And we skirmish. We're just getting going here, and we skirmish 4 nights a week right now. Sometimes more. So my next tip for you here. We come together usually as a team at the beginning. Stay together. We don't want to get all divided up. We want all our guns focusing together. Try to take out the enemy. And most of the times, good teams, we meet them together. So it's just a matter of making the right shots, right trades. Try to focus them down. But my next tip is, if you find your enemies divided, you need to push one of the sides, and particularly the weak side. So we decided this was the weak side. James, who was calling the battle, made the call immediately. Push this side. So as you can see, we're pushing in here. Try to finish these guys off. Because the whole thing's about focusing down the enemy, taking their guns out of the game, and everybody trying to shoot the same targets. So we got a little strung out here. Not everybody pushed, and they came around from behind and killed us. So we ended up not winning this game. But still, it's a valid tip, and I kind of wanted to show it. This was my best example from, we skirmished the other night, and I was just sort of going through the videos. And I'll just go ahead and use this video for my next tip. It's always, focus the low health guy. And it's kind of different from randoms. For me, it is, at least. I'm looking for damage. I won't necessarily kill the low health guy. I want full damage. So, you see, I came on in, even though we're going to lose. It's just a natural habit here in skirmishes. I came on out, even though I exposed myself to more than one gun, and took out the one shot first. So that's my next tip is, when you're coming in, even if you got to push out in front of people, you take that gun out of the game, and usually you're not the last one alive. Like I said, this is a bad example, but since it was right here at the tail end of this, it's a good tip to remember. And lots of people probably know that anyway. In random battles, you may do that anyway. Lots of times I do, but like I said, sometimes I'm wanting more damage, and a guy's only got 15 hit points left, and another guy's full health or close to it. I may just go ahead and shoot the full health guy so I get the full damage out of my gun. So it depends on how much damage I need and what kind of game. Because like I said, randoms are different than skirmishes lots of times. So here's the next tip. So this tip's going to talk about the arty. Everybody, strongholds, advances, you have artillery, airstrikes, different things. So it takes it a little over a minute to come up. And James was calling this battles, and he was handling the artillery. And James is really good about calling it out. Once it's up, he says, "Arty's up." And that's a trigger for everybody. Once you hear that, especially if you see, oh, we're all grouped up, we're a prime target. So he called "Arty's up." We all started moving away from where we were spotted. And lots of times, you lure them into shooting their arty immediately, but they missed you, so they wasted their arty. So it's a good tip, and it kind of takes everybody knowing that. You shouldn't have to say, but we do. We say it. We say, hey, if you're spotted, everybody move. If you've been spotted and stuff. So it works out quite a few times. Get them to waste their artillery and shoot it where you're not going to be anymore. So my last tip is this: have fun. So the last enemy, he's stuck up there on the rock. So James said, let's all form a firing squad. So we all sort of lined up down here, and he gave the countdown for us to fire. Nothing special, but you need to have fun doing this. It is a game, and like I said, these are a lot more fun than random battles. So that's my last tip for you: is have fun. Make sure you have fun doing this, and you can do different things. Sometimes we ram the last guy. The last guy that's alive, we'll just all go in and ram him or whatever. So depending on how many of us are left or whatever. But yeah, have fun. Make sure you have fun. And I guess one more thing I want to say is, since the War Eagles, I was one doing all the calling. James does the calling here. I've done a few here or there, if I was needed. But there's only one field commander, and everybody needs to remember that. And if you're in a clan and you don't like your field commander, you need to, I guess, make excuses not to join in the skirmishes or whatever. You're grinding tanks, you got personal reserves running or whatever. If you're doing legionnaires with people and you join a clan to do stuff and you don't like the way they call it, then just don't go back again. You can ignore their invites and stuff, because there can only be one field commander. And to me, it's just very bad form for people in a battle to question the field commander. It just causes confusion in the ranks. There's discontent. It kind of brings everybody's mood down. There's arguing going on. I've been in a few battles where that happens, and it doesn't help. You just need to leave if you don't like the calling, because there can only be one caller, and you will not win if you don't play this as a team. And so there's got to be one person making these decisions, and everybody, when he says push, that means everybody push. It doesn't two people say, okay, the commander said to push, and the other four go, well, I don't think that's a good idea. You're going to lose, because those two guys are going to push out by themselves, get killed. Now you're two tanks down. It just doesn't work. So it's just my last thing to say was that respect the field commander and do what he or she says, or don't join the team. So hope y'all enjoyed that. Leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and have fun, everybody. Keep tanking.